We love a repeat.
Yeah, and I mean, and why not repeat when it's so good? You want to do it twice.
Exactly.
Trice?
Trice.
How do you say four?
Trice, yeah. Thrice.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Monét Exchange, and welcome back to The Pit Stop, the show where we recap RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, you know what I'm gonna say, officially. Today, we have a very special episode of The Pit Stop brought to you by the new Got to Be Curled. That's Got to Be Curled. For waves, curls, and coils, Got to Be Curled helps control frizz and gets you those bouncy, healthy, defined-looking curls every time. If you recall, a few weeks ago, we did a lovely mid-season check-in, but now that season 17 is over, I know, it only seems right that we also talk about the second half of the season because a lot has happened on this show this season. I can't take it. My blood pressure is up. So let's welcome back my good sis, my good Judy, my girl, Ms. Cracker.
I'm so happy to see you again.
Happy to see you. You're purple.
I am purple, girl. And ask me if I'm comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
No, I am not comfortable.
Someone said, bring on to the set the purple penis eater. And I said, yes.
Violet, you're turning violet. Girl, yeah. I am so happy to see your face. I get to see you twice in one season.
I know, and it's been a very good season, too.
It has been a good season. Every time I start a season, I'm like, I'm not going to be invested in these girls. And then I'm at the edge of my goddamn seat, mostly because I can't put my back against the fucking chair. But I'm at the edge of my seat wondering who's gonna win, who has the it factor, the star power, the je ne sais quoi.
Well, you know, I think that these girls have seen us excel at Drag Race, so I think we have empowered them to think that they can do it. So it's nice to see, essentially, in a way, our proteges do their own thing on television.
We walked so that they could do runs. You know what I mean?
Or have the runs.
Or have the runs, girl.
So, Cracks, for all of those eagle-eyed fans out there who watch every single thing on this season and will be having a magnifying glass to the TV, you may have noticed a very special wig that kept popping up all season long, from Lydia's cake look, to Susie in the RDR Live Challenge, to Jules in the sea-sipping ball, and to my personal favorite, Miss Lydia Butthole Collins in Ross Matthews vs. the Ducks. You know the wig I'm talking about?
Know it! Girl, that's the inspiration for the wig I'm making for you right here.
For me?
Absolutely! I'm using the Got to Be Curled styling cream and some Got to Be Curled curl defining jelly. We are going to get these curls popping and get you your own wig of the season.
And that's that on Dr. Sniffy Scaddington. Oh, I don't know what the
I don't know what that means, girl. But you delivered it. You're
like, I'll say it.
And you're like, and that's Dr. Sketchy Snappington.
Let's get back to business, okay? Now that we've seen the whole season that ran through, I think this has been a pretty solid season. Do you agree?
Yes, because there's been lots of surprises, which we will get to. A lot of gags.
Yes, and good and bad gags. Because some gags, I was literally at home like, these bitches are wild.
What?
Put them in a penitentiary.
Theft.
Theft.
There was theft.
There was grand larceny happening the show.
Yeah.
I'm very sad that Joella didn't win the show. I thought that she was going to win.
We did. Yeah, you had all your money on it.
Everything in the bank. Everything I own.
You got to move back to apartment, girl.
I have one piggy bank with 25 cents in it now.
Yeah, girl.
This top four was so freaking different. Each of them brought something very unique, a different little perspective, and it was really hard to pin down who was gonna win. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, you had like a pageant queen, you had a business executive, Lexi, you know, an accountant by day, drag queen by night.
Yeah.
Like everyone had such a different approach to drag, such a different personal backstory. It's so incredible to see that there are still universes within the drag realm.
We definitely have the older contestant this season, which is Lexi, and I want to say Jules was the youngest, so we really have the span of ages in the top four. How poetic is RuPaul in his Drag Race?
Oh, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's better at this point, girl. She's had some practice, yeah.
So I want to reel it on back to the Betsy Johnson challenge. That was the third design challenge we done had seen up in one season.
Yeah.
Which one of the categories would you have loved for that design challenge?
I would have loved the flapper challenge.
The flapper one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the flapper one had more dynamics. There were like furs. There were a lot of things to choose from the flapper one that I think would lend itself to be a little more creative.
You know, Bob would choose the black and white category.
Girl, those are the only colors she can see. She colorblind.
Exactly what I was gonna say. She's like, well, I was thinking about doing maybe houndstooth. I don't know. Really? Really? We want to see something different from you.
Yeah, she's colorblind, girl. That's why her face is painted black and blue all the time. She's...
When y'all's makeup came out and it was blue and yellow, I was like, the only colors besides black and white that Bob could tell apart. I was like, well.
That episode, of course, was huge for Miss Sparkles, who she finally got her first win in the competition. But we also saw my drag niece, Corey King Sasha away.
Yeah.
Before she left, honey, we got that a little tongue in action on the main stage with her and Bo.
We did.
I think this is the first actual kiss like real kiss. I know girls do a little peck here and there.
Yeah.
Do you kiss your friends?
We've seen butt kiss, but we have not seen.
We've seen butts kiss, but not like lips kiss.
But not lips kissing. I give him a double kiss.
A double kiss.
Because I'm continental, you know?
I don't kiss my friends. I know there are friends out there who often exchange kisses, but I'm not that girl.
Yeah, if it's midnight and neither of us have anyone to kiss on New Year's Eve, I'm like, well, we're on our own. My friend's like, I'm like, nope, don't go in. I don't have any Altoids.
Yeah, and I know you don't either, so
yeah, there's a reason we're friends.
Does Corey give you that vibe that she'll have a great career after the show? I mean, girl, she's killing it on Cameo. She is killing the internet right now.
Wow.
Yeah, she does these crazy characters. She was just Shrek for like a week. She's done Susie Toot. She did Trixie. She dresses up as characters.
And here I was, proud for painting myself purple, and Corey is going around as Shrek.
You know, I used to call myself Shrek the drag queen because people don't realize. I know on television.
I love that you're wearing green and saying this. Does that make me Donkey or Fiona?
Donkey, I think.
Girl, I'm Puss. Boots. Boots.
I know on TV, you know, my feet look so dainty and soft and feminine, but these are some Shrek-sized hooves I got down here, girl.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Hooves.
So now, Crocky, you are a designing queen. You can make a garment.
Yeah.
How would you have felt about having 3 design challenges in one season, though?
I would have loved it. Oh. She loves a hot glue moment, girl. I'm like, could this go on my head? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's really a great way for the queens who may be quiet in the background to show off what they can do. I was gagged by the things that Samstar made this season.
She did a great job.
They were all so finished.
Yeah.
You could make gowns for pageants.
I mean, and Ariete she was the atelier extraordinaire this season. That bitch knows her way around a sewing machine, a hand needle, whatever that she can make.
A hand needle.
A hand needle. She can make the out of some clothes. It's so impressive. I don't know much about algebra, but I do know that these curls are curling, girl, and the frizz is not frizzing. I got a couple looks at home that I can use some of these products.
Well, I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce. These products are so easy to use. I love them because no matter which curl pattern you have, there is something for you. It's got aloe vera and vitamin E and can even be used for protective styles. So this flexible curl foam is for wavy and curly hair. It provides lightweight volume and leaves your hair feeling touchably soft. The curl defining jelly is for wavy, curly, and coily hair. It provides long-lasting curl definition and helps lock in moisture and lock out humidity for 72 hours.
Coils! Girls with coils. That's gonna be my new podcast.
Yeah, Coils, see you there. I don't know.
We cannot talk about this season without talking about this next episode, which was The Roast. This was some good old season 10 drama, girl.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine that when Jules decided the order, that it would set off a chain of events that would be cataclysmic?
When you choose an order for a challenge, you must be very politic about that. You have to be very careful because people get very upset. They're like, my life is on the line. So yeah, I have been through what she went through, and I know that sometimes you're like, woo, I'm having a good time. But you have to make it seem like you too are stressed about this situation.
Yeah.
You can't make it seem like you already know. You're like, oh, I know who's going last. You gotta be like, well, what does everyone think?
Yeah, you got to play into it. But to be fair, she gave everyone pretty much what
Exactly what they
for.
wanted.
That was the crazy part. So now I'm thinking about it some more. I feel like they were playing some backwards 4D chess with Jules, and they psyched her out because we know Jules is funny. So I think because Lexi got in her head and Ariete stole her jokes,
Yeah.
they did some backwards mental gymnastics on her, and they were the reason why Miss Jules didn't win that challenge, because I think she could have won. She's a funny bitch.
I love your optimism. But I do have to say, the girls this season are playing checkers. They're not even playing regular chess.
Girl, they're playing backgammon, okay?
Exactly, yeah, they're playing slapjack. I don't see a lot of long-term strategy, except for a few times from Susie Toot when she's like, I'm gonna pretend to be scared and lonely.
Yeah.
Beyonce. And make these girls think that they can just sleep on me.
Well, how would
Really
you have
am
responded if someone stole your jokes? Because you were a brilliant comedian, you write all these amazing jokes, and you sitting there, you're like, oh my God, I'm going with my material, my line. And then the bitch before you is telling your material. How would Miss Cracker respond?
It is like the #1 rule in comedy that you do not steal someone else's jokes. That is their life blood. So I will say I did not like it and would not have liked it if I was there. However, as a watcher of the reality television, I enjoyed the drama.
Loved it. I lived for it. It gave me life.
I was like, I can't believe she did that. What's she gonna do next? Something that Jules Sparkles taught me during that episode, which was, I think we should all take as a life lesson, she moved in silence. She did not, during the critique, say, well, she stole my jokes! She said, I am going to know that what's mine is mine and let the cards play as they are, and I am not gonna get stitches and be a snitch.
Girl.
She was quiet, and that takes a lot of confidence.
And maturity.
That
I don't have.
Yeah, that I do not have.
Oh, girl, somebody needs to give her a Nobel Peace Prize for that. Give her a Presidential Medal of Freedom or something, because that was very noble of her. I would have been on stage and be like, RuPaul, I just have to say this. You see this bitch right here? All the good jokes that she ruined on stage, those are my jokes.
Yeah.
RuPaul would have asked, would have pressed her more about the t-shirts. I would have gathered her on stage in front of RuPaul.
Gathered her.
I would want Michelle to make her feel like this big. Like, get that bitch together for stealing my material.
God, I know.
That was also the same episode where we saw Miss Jules and Ariete, the Chismosa sisters, lip sync against each other, and Jules sent Ariete all the way home, girl.
All the way. Yeah, we.
But what the gag was, she was wearing that big blonde poofy wig, and it was to Beyonce's Yaya, and she is on stage twirling, cartwheeling, splitting, and the wig did not move. I was like, she must have got some flexible foam up in that hair.
Yeah, girl, that wig was like me, unstable. But still standing.
But still
you know
standing.
What I mean? It just
was great.
Yeah,
It was great.
that is what they call great television. That whole episode, Jules sparkled.
She, oh my God, Jules did sparkle. She did sparkle.
I did a thing.
What'd you think about this dynamic between Lexi and Susie and how Lexi seems to be obsessed with Susie?
I think this is so important for us to see, especially in this day and age with the Instagrams, etc. You will often in your life, without even knowing it, choose a person that has nothing to do with you and compare.
100%. It's human condition. We all do it.
Absolutely.
We all do it.
And it is such a good thing to see what that puts you through, to watch Lexi go through that, especially when I, like so many people, love Lexi and think she's perfect just the way she is.
You're 100%.
You're like, wait a second, if it's dumb for Lexi to do this, maybe it's dumb for me to do it too. Maybe I should cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We all do it, and it's hard to stop doing it. And Lexi, no shit, because Lexi be up in these Twitter streets replying to people, being like, well, actually,
Reply all.
We see you, girl, and we just like you. That's the real thing.
Yeah.
Lydia also surprised a lot of us in this episode when she won the roast. Like, because we saw her struggle in RDR Live, and some comedy stuff didn't really work for her, but she came out and she baller shot called. I'm such a millennial. All the Gen Zers like, what's baller shot called? She slam dunked the roast and killed it.
I was like, I don't know what's called butt shawl. It's either
Well, the millennials from Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
They got that one.
Yeah.
But you know, I think the silver lining to this episode and a big plot point for a lot of us fans of the show was to see Miss Lydia Butthole Collins excel in a comedy show. Like, she won the roast. Were you surprised to see her do this?
I was shocked.
Right?
I was floored. And this is how good she did. I DM'd the bitch.
Did you really?
I DM'd her. I was like, I am watching you right now, and I am surprised. You're doing amazing
So shady.
forehead brows. Like when your friends come up to you after a show, they're like, that was actually really good.
I know the actually get me every time.
Yeah, I'm like, she was munching.
Yeah. I'm like, can you actually give me my drink tickets back? Because I shouldn't invite you to the show anyway. Talking about something actually was good.
Yeah, exactly. Girl, yeah, she was like roasting and eating. She did all the meal activities.
So now winning the roast was not enough to keep the momentum going for poor Miss Lydia Butthole Collins, and she goes home in literally the very next episode when the queens acted in Ross Matthews versus the Duff.
That should have been your role.
You know, it will be as soon as you get me this wig, girl.
Let's get it started.
In here. Cracker. We're filming the fifth time. You gonna be doing this while we're trying to have a conversation.
I feel like we're having a little bit of a conflict, and I'm just trying to diffuse the situation.
Cracker, this is crazy. What do you think the secret is to doing well in a Drag Race acting challenge? Overacting?
Yes, you have to remember that you are on a tiny little box on their TV or on their phone. So everything that you think is big is actually very small to them. If you think that you're being too much, you're probably about halfway there.
No, I wanted the tuna salad. Did you get the fish too? I have no idea what she said.
Yeah, you're killing me. But besides overacting, I think there's a life lesson in a Drag Race acting challenge, and that is to be flexible. If you over-script yourself and then your scene partner says something unexpected or tells one of your jokes, you might be like, ugh. So just be prepared to play and have fun.
But since we talk about wigs, Cracks, can we still talk about Miss Susie borrowing Anya's wig for the Ross Matthews versus the Duck challenge with that black girl lace? Even Ru was like, girl, what's going on here? That was crazy. Anya set that girl up.
Yes, she did.
She set that girl up.
That was a headband, girl.
She had a brown headband on her blonde wig.
Headband. I loved it. I was like, but you know what? She had her priorities straight, you know? She was like, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not even gonna think about how I look at all.
Lexi's probably in the back like, I ain't gonna tell her either. She's like, oh, you look great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Susie, what a great wig.
Yeah, and I liked seeing her in that hairline. I'm like, Sarah Bareilles, I wanna see you be brave, you know? I wanna see you be brave.
After Ariete left, who for the remaining 7 was the hair queen?
Girl.
We talk about look queens, we talk about comedy queens. What about the hair queen?
You had good hair. I mean, Sam Starr's hair is always neat. But it is a variation on the Trinity the Tuck.
Very that.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll. That's a good name for the tuck and roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would say Jules. Jules had a pretty varied wig collection.
I mean, head to toe, Jules is so stunning all the time. She plays a good game. She's got game. She's got game.
And what it is Jules still has the hope in her eyes that a lot of us lose a couple years into drag.
Oh,
and she'll lose it eventually, but right now
Yeah.
she has it. You can see that fire, that spark.
Yeah.
You know?
I will check her Instagram occasionally to see if the fire has gone out.
I lost mine at about 5 years in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
for
lost
sure.
mine immediately. I died that day.
Can we talk about the perils this season? One of them was bringing a scissors into a lip sync thinking you're gonna have time to successfully cut your dress off. And I think that was Lydia's downfall in her lip sync that's in her home.
I have had that idea.
Oh, girl, we've all had it.
And
we
I
don't do it.
Yeah. I am
Changing.
Yeah, you're like snip, 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 snip.
Yeah,
snip.
girl. And it's like 2 snips and you're like, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, but I'm doing it now. I can't stop. I'm committed, I'm committed.
Yeah. I am trying to learn this too. Sometimes you get an idea in your head and
Like
You need to let it go.
Let it go.
You know, if it is hurting you, you got to be like, time to move on.
Elsa, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, Elsa.
Let it
We
go.
wanted the wind in the sky. Let
Yeah.
it go. Another pitfall in this season lip syncing was Miss Corey King lost her wig, Lana Jarrett lost her wig, and they could have really benefited from using some got to be glued bonding glue to get the wig down, keep it on your head.
Yes. Yes. Mo Hart bucked so that they could run this season. You know
Girl.
what I mean? You want to be secure. You want to be confident. You want to have heels that you know you can dance in, and you want to know that thing is on. So even if you don't think you have to dance that day,
Still glue
just
it on.
glue it down, girl.
Yeah, girl.
Glue
On,
her down.
on the mid stage, lose your dignity,
Yeah.
lose your pride,
Yeah.
but don't lose your wig.
And you should know if it's loose, okay?
You always know when your wig is loose.
A wig is like a man. A real queen knows when it's about to jump.
And I've had a few jumping men and a few jumping wigs.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
every time. You
Oh,
right. You ain't telling
absolutely.
a single day of a lie.
You know what it is.
The next episode, we saw the return of a 10-year-old runway classic from season 7, The Ugliest Dress Ever.
Yes.
I love this runway. I did a few ugly dress runways on my season, even though it wasn't the category.
Yeah.
I chose to present myself that way on television. So it's my fault.
Yeah.
What did
Is
you
a
think?
burqa a dress?
Oh my God! You remember that?
Nope. All right, go on.
What do you think you would have done for the ugliest dress ever?
What would I have done for the? I could just wear my teeny weeny bikini.
Oh my God, the hair one.
The hair one, the famous hair one. Now, here's one thing you couldn't do
What?
during that season.
What?
Tell me I was not stunning in that hair wig, in that hair
Bikini, yeah.
hair kitty. Like,
Yeah.
girl, I looked in the mirror and I was like, absolutely.
Wow.
Better than I thought.
Fashion.
And the great thing is I spent hours weaving it out of hair, and you couldn't even tell that it was made from hair. Not only was it ugly, but the point didn't come across.
My bathing suit was pretty horrible that season. That neon bathing suit, the bathing suit was fine. The hair was crazy, girl.
girl.
Yeah, it was. You know, we've all had some bad runways. It's fine.
My favorite ugly dress, runway dress, Miss Fame.
Oh.
That I would
Beautiful.
yeah, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Like she was like, this is the ugliest I can be.
And it was
Yeah.
flawless and so beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I feel like I kind of put Lexi's dress in that same category she wore. I think it was, yes, it was ugly, but it was still couture and fashion.
Yeah.
And I love Lexi's wig in that episode. That like white,
Yeah.
silvery fantasy.
Yeah.
I didn't care for her black and white wig before. But all in all, you gotta still appreciate the bold hair choices Lexi made throughout the season. Like her parasol hair was so cool.
Yeah, you
Some
know,
cool ones.
I love a wig that's also a fascinator, girl.
Yes.
As I said before, can I glue this to my head is always the question.
And Cracker. And then the competition magically got whittled down to 5 queens for the makeover week.
Yes.
We did a makeover week together in season 10. And that was when you won with Ms. Cookie.
My one win!
I didn't get one my first season, so good for you, girl.
Good for me!
So, Cracks, this all led to a big episode that decided who would make our top 4 where the queens had to audition for Drag Race live in Las Vegas. The queens had to do a photo shoot and do like promotional videos, and everyone is like trying to stick with the challenge, which is Vegas, but Susie decided to bring the Broadway to Vegas. She's doing Anything Goes, which is a show about a woman on a boat in the desert. So it just didn't work for what Susie was gonna do, girl.
Listen, if you like Broadway, there's lots of very sparkly Broadway shows. I don't know why you would choose an outfit that requires a swimsuit from Temu.
Yeah, it was wild. It was
Temu,
wild.
Temu. Yeah, but it was a misconception of the challenge, and I think this is something that I struggle with and that Susie struggles with, which is having an idea and sticking with it like an Aries, no matter what.
Yeah.
I totally felt her.
I felt
During
that
that time, she's like, oh, we're doing this.
she,
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, we're gonna do the
By
challenge.
hook or by crook.
Yeah. Jules was kind of on the opposite end of this. Everything Jules gave us, to me, felt very like Vegas. She had like the feathers, like everything felt like very showgirly.
Yes.
And I think that is what pushed her above everyone else, which was very impressive to me.
Jules put Vegas girl into ChatGPT, and this is the outfit that came up. Like,
Yeah.
you could not be any more stereotypically Vegas, and that's called understanding the assignment, which Jules often does.
So we see this lip sync between Miss Sam Storr and Miss Susie Toot. Susie gets eliminated and does not make the top 4. Was this in your season 17 Drag Race bingo card?
I was floored.
Right?
She ate. She did such great stuff. And though she did have her brand that was a challenge for her because she kept returning to it, she also stepped out of that brand a number of times.
She did.
The Iron Maiden thing, I was like, she's so versatile. Is there an example of someone else doing so well and getting not voted off, but just like eliminated? I was floored. I think she was shell-shocked too, because she was like, well, yeah, there you go. I guess dreams don't come true.
Miss Susie was gagged, but she's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it cordial. I'm gonna keep it cute with these cameras. These things rolling right here. I'm gonna keep it demure.
Yeah.
Be very mindful.
Yes.
But
I'm not gonna tell anybody their breath stinks.
Exactly. I'm sure Susie really thought that she was a shoo-in for the top 4.
I think she, in her soul, relaxed a little bit at a certain point because she's like, I got so many. How the hell am I not gonna go to the plot twist?
Plot twist, girl. But like we do be saying, it makes for great television.
Life is tricky.
Life is
no
tricky.
guarantees.
To quote Naomi Smalls,
life's not fair.
Oh my God, I'm with my evil laugh.
Was that a clap of thunder? Oh no, you just crossed your legs.
That's literally what it sounds like. Okay, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. No, I think you're one of the fucking smartest, funniest bitches in the game. You on season 10. I think everyone saw you going to the finals. Also, Ben de la Creme.
Oh, that's right.
Y'all are 2 5th place girls.
That's very
Everyone
true.
was like,
There is a soft spot in America's hearts, in the world's hearts, for the 5th place girl.
yes.
And I didn't think about that until Susie was walking off the stage, and then I realized I'd been in the same position of being like, but I just won yesterday. And I think we both reacted the same way, because I was looking at Susie Toot, and I was like, come on, show us some vulnerability.
Yeah.
Cry.
Yeah.
Crack that facade that you stand behind. You know how to do a show, girl. That I realized I did the exact same thing. I went walking into the workroom like, do, and the voiceover is like, I am so crushed right now. But I was like, well, I guess I'm going home. I don't have to ask to use the bathroom anymore. So yeah, it's hard in that moment to feel all the feelings that, you feel.
Drag Race do be making you feel feelings, okay?
Yeah. In honor of Susie's RDR Live performance, are you ready to see the wig that I made for you?
Is this my moment?
This is your
This is
moment.
my moment! I get to do it! Ah, yes, girl, look at me! Yes! I'll tell him, start your engines, Ruru. Next thing I know, it's on a TV show. Pay me my money, Ruru. Yes. This season came to an end, but of course we couldn't just wrap it up all zilly and willy-nilly. We had to have a lip-sync Lollapalooza smackdown. And a big old congrats to our winner, Susie Toot.
Girl.
Susie won the lip sync.
She won. She felt like Patti LaBelle because she got a new attitude. You know what I mean? Like, she came with a whole different persona.
Yeah, it was fair. She ate it up.
Yeah.
Sorry to that man, Miss Corey King, but Susie Toot was that girl.
Sorry to that man. Savannah, hold on.
Hold on, Savannah. And then the epic grand finale just happened. Cracker, can you believe it? We made it to the end?
I can. I didn't want it to be over.
Right? It was so good. And was this the outcome that you thought would happen?
There were so many great queens this season. Each one had their own strength. Lexi being herself. Sam being insane and pretty while doing it. Anya just being on my last nerve. No. Anya being so charismatic, and it feels wonderful to see someone as passionate and someone so wise as Jules. Now, she can work on that 5-year plan.
That 5-year plan, girl. Big shout out to our top 4, but an even bigger congratulations to our winner, Miss Anya Nerve. Cracks, are you happy that Miss Anya Nerve won the competition?
I loved so many queens on this season. Each brought their own unique thing to the table.
Yeah.
But, you know, you and I were rooting for Anya since day one.
Yeah.
Since our first little conversation about this season together, we were saying, Anya, we are Anya team, and we remain team Anya. So
100.
congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to Anya
Get
for
it,
getting
girl.
this opportunity.
Yeah.
On your
Fabulous.
opportunity. I don't know. I'm very tired.
Once again, Cracker, there is no one I would have rather done this episode with. Thank you so much for being here today. This was, as always, a kiki blast with you.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Girl, you done turned out another wig, but is this even a surprise that you are a wig genius?
I'm a genius at the wigs. You're a genius at the gab. I can't wait to see you in this wig on your first episode of Gwirls with Quarrels.
And that's what we call a callback. You're welcome. And thank you all for watching the special Got to Be Curled episode of The Pit Stop. We'll be back very soon for All Stars Season 10. Until then, bye, girl.
Bye!
Oh, these products smell good. Oh, I got to be. This formula smells delicious.
Save it for when the camera's rolling. I'm having a great time.
Got to be. I love this stuff.
Hey, you want more non-Emmy nominated gay you traders? Well, then don't forget to subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube page.